What is up, traders? Hope everybody's doing well. Today's lecture is going to be about backtesting, how I go upon backtesting, how I journal my trades, even my emotions, all of that. So everybody has their unique way of journaling. For me, I mean, you can call me the old-fashioned way. I like to just put down everything myself. You have multiple trading platforms that journal for you, like TradeZella, for example. Me, myself, I like to use sheets, right? I have multiple pages that I have different kind of sheets for different things that I use, and I journal my trades with them. So the way I go off doing it is I like to copy, like you see on the left hand side. These are the links for the trade itself. So if I tap on any trade or any link, it will press on it. It will take me straight to the screenshot of that trade that I took, right? Now, this is how I go on step by step of copying or journaling, right? So first of all, let's hop on to the NQ chart or whatever, the trading view chart, and I'll show you guys step by step on how I journal personally, right? So right here, we're on the NQ chart. Let's assume I have a position here. So I'm gonna just put a random long, whatever, and then TP here. Cool, okay? What I'll do is I'll go to the upper right screen, which is right here, okay? You'll see this camera, tap on it, and the way I do it is I press copy link, right? So I'll do copy link. Link is copied. Then I'll go to my sheets. So I'll hop back on my sheets. I'll go here. I'll paste the link, right? And each kind of space you'll see here is how I separate weeks. So each chunk is a week worth of trades, right? And so each, like, let's say we're on Monday. This is an indication that we're on a new week. So I'll put the initial link of my trade, and then I'll put here whether I won or lost. So let's say whatever I lost here, right? And then I'll put the day between brackets. So I'll say, let's say Monday. And then if we have news, like if you see here, I'll put the news, right? I'll put the news if there's news. If there's no news, I'll just leave it empty, right? If there's no news, I'll leave it empty. So if we have news, I'll put the news. If there's no news, I'll leave it empty. I'll just type in no news, right? So let's say, for example, we had no news here. I'll just leave it empty. If we have news, I'll just copy paste it from the news calendar. I'll just put it. And then here, I'll write down everything. The reason for my entry, when I entered, the breakdown analysis from higher to lower time frame, my feelings, if I had any feelings, if I was influenced by anybody, any of that. Okay, I'll journal that all, and I'll just basically put it all. And then when I'm done, right, I'll add more links of higher time frames. So what I mean by that is this. So if we hop back down onto the chart, what I'll do is, let's say I'll go out to the 15-minute chart to kind of have a broader view, and I'll do the same thing. I'll copy a link, and I'll go back to my sheets like so, and then I'll paste that here. Paste. Now I'll have the higher time frame link. Now if I press on it, it will take me to that picture, zoom in, I can edit it, whatever, if I take a screenshot, whatever, right? So I'll do that for, like, I'll go up, if I see that I need to go up in higher time frames to kind of get that outer view, I'll go do the 15-minute, usually hour, sometimes 5-minute. I'll do the 50-minute, hour, 4 hours, and daily, right? So that's these screenshots that you're seeing here in blue, that's the higher time frames. So if I press, let's say, on this right here, see how it will take me to a higher time frame. This is a 4-hour screenshot right here. It will take me to a higher time frame screenshot that I took. So that's just initially how I journal my trades in terms of the execution itself. There's multiple ways you can do this. You can literally just take a screenshot on your desktop and put it in a file. That's what I used to do. Honestly, I still do have that file on my laptop. I have like a file of 300 trades journaled before I started doing this. So like right here, I have sections, right? This is NQ. Ever since I started trading NQ. Before that, this is Forex. And before I used to trade Forex. So this is the Forex journal. For one point I wanted to journal Mondays specifically, but then I just stopped doing that. This is London session before I stopped trading London completely. And now I'm on this sheet. So if you calculate just on these sheets, I do have around like maybe 300, 400 trades. I don't know, 300 maybe trade journaled. And then on my laptop, I remember before I started doing this way, I have like another 300 trades that are saved in files that I still haven't deleted, honestly. So this is the way I journal my trades, right? Now, the way I journal my emotions is like this. So this is how I journal my emotions, right? Or my mistakes in general. But so the mistakes that I have outlined here is the stop loss is too tight, crashing out, so like emotions, greed, not taking partials, fear of losing, trading after hours, so after my session, FOMO, so fear of missing out, so entering too early or too late, whatever. Fear of entering, I think I have that. Okay, fear of losing and fear of entering, chasing price, over trading, and then influenced by other opinions. So I have these journals now. As you can see, like the way I do it is, let's say trading after hours, right? I'll do, it's number 2 and it was a win. And then I have another mistake. It's number 11 and it was a loss. So if we go back to our journal, number 2 and it was a win, right? So it was this where I traded after hours. You can see here, I traded after hours. So this was like around 11:30. We can see at the bottom right there. And I don't trade that. I should not be trading that. So I traded this and it results in a win. So it's a mistake, right? And then I know whether it was a win or a loss, right? Let's say influenced by other opinions. 57 and a loss. So let's see. So 57 and a loss. So 57 and a loss. Let's read what I typed down. So after this huge push up pre-market and seeing price respected the 4-hour BPR, which is the balanced price range, I was only looking to take shorts this session. This trade was based off of the 930 fair value gap being disrespected, but mistake was I didn't wait for the 5-minute sweep, which got generated, kind of got influenced by the other traders. So if I tap onto this link, you'll see here the trade, and I'll go back over the mistake. I'll see a higher time frame screenshot right here of the same trade. This is I believe a 5-minute maybe screenshot. Yeah, this is a 5-minute. You can see the background of the screenshot. So yeah, so that's how I journal my trades and then my emotions as well, right? This is a way. This is how I like to do it. Honestly, lately I've been not slacking on journaling, but I've kind of taken my foot off the pedal a little bit because I'm basically posting almost every single trade on YouTube. So YouTube is kind of my new journal, quote unquote. Not everything. I don't journal here. Like I do also journal here. Like there's trades that I do take that I do journal, but I've kind of a little bit been slacking off just a little bit because now journaling is it's the most important, especially in the beginning, to kind of fix your mistakes. If you're over trading, emotions, crashing out, stop loss too tight, and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm at the point where I've done that, and I don't like journaling now is kind of out of habit. It still obviously by no means is a waste of time, but the benefit it's most for the newer trader, right? So I do still journal for like the habit of it. I just haven't stopped journaling, right? So that's how I journal my trades. Again, there's multiple ways. You can choose whatever. You can choose, it's literally a software, Tradezilla. You can sign up with them, subscription, and then it's much easier. But for me, I like this way for me to type everything. If I go over that, if there's news in this day, if I go over every screenshot, if I go over what I typed, so I know exactly my thought process, everything. I just like it this way. You can use a pen and paper, whatever. But yeah, do what suits you. But this is how I do it. I use sheets. You can have multiple sheets, one for emotions, one for trades, and then one whatever, right? Do your thing. But this is an idea of how I do it. Okay. So that's going to be it for this session. Hope you guys found this insightful. And until next time, stay safe and happy trading.